happened to you, there is help. You don't have to go through it alone. Megan Vagan shows us how.
You don't have to be a genius to commit this crime.
It's all free. Yeah, well, for me at least.
Nationally, it's the fastest growing white-collar crime in the country.
It's not like I'm actually paying for it.
Stealing someone's identity is very personal.
Once I got her account number, I couldn't spend fast enough. 64-inch plasma screen monitor.
You've probably seen the ads that, yes, they are funny, but there are real-life identity theft victims out there. They're not laughing.
It's just been a nightmare.
Darlene Blaylock has been dealing with an identity crisis for about a year now.
Bills started coming in my name, so I knew about the credit cards. The bank wrote me about phony checks.
The checks weren't just phony, they bounced.
The blows just kept coming. Over account, just keep coming, bills, more bills, more bills.
Hundreds of dollars in purchases she didn't make, credit card accounts she never opened, and the bad checks written in her good name.
I don't know how they got access.
Darlene tells us she never carried credit cards or personal information with her, never handed out her Social Security number, and even shredded financial information before throwing it out. So how did it happen? To find out, we took her to an expert.
How were you first alerted to this?
Meet Harry Houck. As a detective with the NYPD, he investigated plenty of identity theft cases.
If I wanted to come over to your house and steal your mail, could I get at your mailbox?
Now that he's retired, Harry runs a crime awareness website, nycstreetsmarts.com, and he uses his experience to help victims of identity theft.
Everything that I'm looking at here sort of focuses on that one point.
Want to know what that one point is? Well, we'll find out in just a minute. But first, what happens if you don't have someone like Harry to turn to? What happens if you find yourself having an identity crisis of your own?
Introducing Citi Identity Theft Solution, free with any Citi card.
Citi Cards offers solutions to its card members.
And the first thing we do is we take them through the credit reports at the credit bureaus. Line by line, we call the credit bureau with you. You're on the phone giving us permission, and we're on the phone with you.
They also help you put a fraud alert on your credit report.
If somebody tries to open another account, that will automatically be blocked.
You can also call the credit bureaus and get the fraud alert yourself, and there's something else you should do.
The FTC has a toll-free telephone number and a website where consumers can directly file complaints with us about identity theft.
You can let your fingers do the filing by dialing 1-877-ID Theft. You also need to file a complaint with your local police department.
One should be very careful about becoming too much of a criminal investigator on one's own.
Experts say that's because you might not like what you find.
In our experience, over half of the time, identity theft is committed by a family member, a friend, or an acquaintance.
That's what Darlene thought at first.
One time I suspected my children. The bank said it could be your children.
But Harry has another theory.
It was probably one of the locations that you made purchases at, somebody working at that store who probably stole your identity.
Experts say finding out who stole your identity might not even matter.
Even if that person were caught, that doesn't mean you can rest easy. Lightning can strike twice.
It struck Darlene more than twice, but then it struck us that Darlene is a Citi Card member. So we put her in touch with their solutions specialist. And now she's putting her identity crisis behind her.
I thank God for you being there anytime I was ready to turn to you. Here you are.
Megan Vega, UPN 9 I-Team.